Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Today I wanted to show you how to make a little hobo stove out of a smaller can than I usually use without a whole bunch of tools. I'm just going to use my pocket knife. Now if you choose to recreate these techniques, you do it at your own risk. My little Stanley 10-049 has never collapsed on my fingers. But that's not to say that it wouldn't if you ever used the same knife. I've got some seasoned turnip greens. I want to take and just poke my knife down all the way around the top until I get the lid off. Now I've used P38s in the service, I've used my Swiss Army knife, I've used other techniques to get lids off, but I have not used that one. So we'll use that one today. I want to take and put slits in all the way around the bottom of the can for the vent holes, the air holes at the bottom of the stove. And then when my knife is stuck in there, I'm going to bear down as much this way as I can, which if you think about it will provide a little lip on the inside, and that lip is going to support the suspended floor. So I think a hobo stove works the best when there's a suspended floor. So what we'll use for the suspended floor is this top, and I'm going to put some holes in the lid too, so there'll be plenty of air coming to the bottom of the fire. People think that you don't need holes around the top, but those holes around the top are very important, especially if you're setting a pot directly on top. How is it going to draw? How's it going to draw if you don't have these vent holes around the top and a pot is sitting right on top? And something else that may be a little bit controversial is you really, even though you have these vent holes, you really still need 3/4 of an inch distance between the top of the lid, the top of the hobo stove, and the bottom of the pot, and that's so that everything will draw beautifully. So I've never tried this style of stove before, but I think it'll work. So I'll go pour these in the cooking pot and I'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and put holes in our elevated floor. Let me see if I can straighten out this one corrugation around the edge and get just a little bit more diameter out of it.
Now, let me show you this.
Of course, you'll have to be careful with all these razor blades across here and on that stove. All right. If you're worried about my little pocket knife, it can take it. With just a few passes on my Smith's sharpening stone, that edge will come right back. The tip will hold up too. The tip's not going to break off on this little stainless steel knife blade. Alright, let's put the bottom vent holes about center ways of this space right here. Oh yeah, there's a nice row of tabs right down there where these vent holes are at. All right, now for the vent holes at the top, let's put them same place, center of this smooth place. All right, now typically on a little hobo stove you'll find a feed slot right in there to feed fuel in. Mostly the reason I like the feed slot is like if I have a feed slot here, I can turn it towards the wind and aerate my fire better. You'll need to be careful trying to force a knife into metal. As you can imagine, if it slips and your hand is on the other side of it where it's slipping to, you're in trouble. So you need to always think of where are your fingers at and where can they be out of the way just in case the knife does slip. All right, now I'm going to straighten these edges out just a little bit. Because we still have to get this elevated floor down past all of this, where it's just sort of bent in a little bit. And you see those ledges, those lips, those tabs down there? Let's see if this elevated floor is going to go down on top of them. There it goes. Now our elevated floor is supported. Now I'll come back and show that to you. So it doesn't take a bunch of tools to make a nice little hobo stove quickly. Let's go ahead and fire it up and see what it'll do. Now because it's not, now the wind is coming this way, so we'll turn it that way. Because it's not up on legs, it might leave a burn ring, a burn mark on my table. That's all right. This is just supposed to be a down and dirty, just a real quick, no tools, just a pocket knife made hobo stove. Pretty windy day. Doing a good job. Look at that wind blow. All right, y'all. That's all my smalls, my mediums. I got these larges left to stick on there, but you get the idea. Quick and easy, little hobo stove. Make it with your pocket knife. No fuss, no muss. Great little stove. All right, y'all. Appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.